could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
What's up, guys? Today we are talking about the 14 things to know before going to Bali. And these are not limited to what I'm saying right now. You can research afterwards, but these are the most, I think, important things to know. And they're sort of going to be a culture shock for anyone who hasn't been to Bali. And if you haven't been to Bali, it's a good video to watch. So let's start, without wasting any time, let's start everything up. So you know that Bali is one of the beautifulest countries. Everyone wants to go there, and it's super beautiful. I will not lie to you, it's amazing. So first thing, before you even do anything, get on a plane. For first time getting on a plane, I want to give you one tip. So tip number one, on arrival in Bali. So if you get off your plane after security checks and stuff, you're going to walk out of the arrivals lounge, or I don't know what they call them. Basically, you're going to find millions of cab drivers or taxi or what. They're going to be hustling you non-stop. So my advice to you is book your transfer from the airport to the hotel before you even get to Bali. Make your life easier, because otherwise you're going to be hustled non-stop. Like, if you ever seen 10,000 people shouting at once, that's how it is when you arrive in Bali. That's what it's going to be for you. So yeah, just get out and book early for your transfers, and you return to the airport, and your life will be simple. We are in Bali, and it's super hot. Yo, so many taxi people here around. Luckily we booked us early. Check. There's all taxi people, not people that are in taxi. Okay. Something you need to know, it's my number 2 thing that you need to know, is that Bali is beautiful. Like, when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. Like the pictures you see on Instagram, that's how it is. So if you want to go to like waterfalls, areas that you have to view points and everything, you have to wake up early, and depends on if you booked an agent or not, but it gets really crowded during the day, like a lot of crowded, and you have to try to get that perfect Instagram picture alone with thousands of people around you. You don't usually see that happen because people wake up early and take videos early and pictures early, but during the day I've been there with thousands of people, and it look really, really crowded. Like, you get, I don't know if you ever get irritated for seeing too many people in one place, but that's how it is. You just have to roll with it, man. If you get there early, depending on your booking, it's gonna be okay, but be aware, you're not gonna be the only one you're gonna be there, because Bali is beautiful. Anyway, you're wasting time here. Okay, the next thing you need to know, the number 3, the thing you need to know is that Bali traffic is huge. I don't know if you're coming from a place where you haven't seen proper like traffic. There's like there's a lot of traffic in Bali, like literally traffic, and the driving there, I won't say it, the lanes are just suggestions that you can use them, because everyone uses anything. Like, since the first time I got there, we were in a cab or the car that we were transferring from the place to a hotel. Basically, we were surrounded by bikes. Like, bikes were everywhere, like bike on the left, on the right, in front of us. They didn't care what's going on, it's just bikes everywhere. And another thing that I figured out, that they hoot every time they're about to turn, was the roads there, they have a lot of blind spots, so they have to hoot every time they're gonna turn anywhere. Like, you hear this hoot everywhere. Bikes everywhere do that, because you can't see what's gonna happen at the corner, because there's huge houses and a lot of blind spots, and yeah. So traffic is huge. So if you are brave and one of the people want to try to ride scooters and bikes in Bali, you can do that, but be aware that it's not easy to do. If you are new, you need to be like maybe experienced a bit, just so that you can handle the traffic and stuff. But it is beautiful to play around with a scooter there, so be aware of that. And if you're afraid like me, just use the 2 main Ubers. I would say Ubers, but Grabs and Gojek. So Grabs and Gojek are the national Ubers of Bali. That's how I would say. They are perfect. They'll arrive on time. They'll never leave you hanging, I guess. Most of the drivers will know English, but sometimes you get a driver who doesn't know 100% English, so you're going to have to use broken English a bit to communicate with them. Yeah, that's about it, I guess, yeah. If you're not riding the scooters and all of these things, yeah. Okay, now a fourth thing you need to know, that Bali has a lot of animals, like monkeys, dogs, cats. So they're really friendly and nice to play around with, and also monkeys. But you have to be aware also, they also carry rabies. And monkeys are very dangerous, like a lot dangerous. So you have to be aware. Monkeys are smart there, they're like thieves. So if they see something in your pocket, they'll pick it up. If your wallet is showing from your pocket, they'll just grab it. So be aware if you're around monkeys or like that, because they do steal phones and cell phones and juice and food from your bag. So, and they get a bit violent if you try to hold something that they're trying to pull. Like the other one was pulling my phone from my shorts, because I was wearing like small shorts, you know. And I saw it just pulling the phone, and just grabbed the phone from me. They tried to bite me. So be aware of that. So don't play around a lot with animals, but if you want to play with them, you're welcome at your own risk. Just know that they carry rabies, so be aware. Okay, my fifth thing that you need to know is basically how the prices work. So in Bali, there's a lot of differences. Like some other places will charge you more because they put a tax at the bottom. It's either 20%, extra 30%. And especially when you're using a card to transact with them, sometimes they do add a bit of extra charges just because you're using a card. It becomes a really huge cost, so be aware of that when you're going to a restaurant and other places. And you'll see that a lot more, like when they give you a bill, like you see a huge amount that's going to be asked. Like, what you will ask yourself, what's this thing? So be aware of that and maybe budget for that. Like, if you're going to pay 50, have a bit of extra, like 20,000 rupiah or something like that. I'll get later on that, on the currency stuff, but I'm just talking about general pricing. Like if you go to places without actually booking through the agent or anything like that, like going to a waterfall, you might be charged for entrance fee and other weird charges sometimes. But yeah, don't be sad about it. It's how things work and it's how they make money, so be aware to pay that. That's about it. Okay, now we're gonna talk about number 6. Number 6 is very interesting. It's different on people's opinion, basically. So it's food. So if you go to Bali, there's always going to be famous dishes that everyone wants to eat, like the famous Balinese dishes like mie goreng or nasi goreng, you know. Those ones are the most famous ones that everyone knows. You can have theirs and have fun, but you can still have your own burgers, like your Western food everywhere. Because there's tons of restaurants. There's also Burger King, there's McDonald's there. So when it comes to food, you have tons of options. Even Japanese restaurants are there. So you're gonna have to decide on what you want, but there's a lot of options. So you're gonna have to have your own like decisions to make, but you don't be afraid that you're gonna eat mie goreng or nasi goreng non-stop. You're gonna have a lot of options, and some of the shops, they really make good Instagramic food, I would say. And basically the food is nice. Like, let's just leave it like that. Yeah. Okay. So now, and my tip number 7 thing to know, it's basically the religious customs. I know people, they have different religions, but when you get to Bali, Bali is like a Balinese culture. Most of them, there are Muslims also in Bali, but most of the time you'll find Balinese culture where I'll say every entrance of each shop or every entrance of each home, they're gonna have these tiny handmade leaf baskets with the essence. I don't know what you call it, essence, something that's gonna be burning there. So things like those are the Balinese, some sort of prayer or something. They're gonna be everywhere. So they called, I forgot, I written down the name. I forgot. But I forgot their actual name. But they're gonna be like tiny flowers on a leaf. They're gonna be in front of each door. So try to not step on them or maybe kick them by mistake, because that's gonna be really disrespectful and you might anger a few people in that way. So try your best to like avoid those and try to work around them because they're everywhere, like totally everywhere. So yeah, be aware of that. And another thing about religion is that I almost forgot is that, so this is weird. I don't know how they can prove it, but it's weird. So if you are in your periods as a woman, some temples do tell you that you're not allowed to actually enter the circuit area or some surrounded areas. Some other places will say not shower on some certain places when you are in your periods and stuff. So be aware of that. And I think it's part of cleanliness and stuff. But I don't understand that. Just know that they will have something to tell you about that. I'll end it there for religion. Okay, now number 8. My 8th thing to know is that there's a lot of like wastage problem, like people throwing plastic bottles and stuff towards the ocean, and that's really destroying the good environment that everyone wants to see, the beauty of Bali. So I would suggest that you maybe have your own bottle that you can refill your water with, and that you can go around with from home and go to Bali with, because there are places where you can buy water and refill it on your own container and stuff like that. And also try to dispose things in a correct manner. Don't throw it away. Try to dispose it in the bins and stuff so that they can destroy it properly. So be aware of that. So just try to clean the environment a bit. Luckily, there's some groups that try to clean every time, every morning. I think if you want to join them, you can join them. You can check and do some googling and see which ones are active at the time. Okay, number 9 is the most important one of them all. Basically, drug law. So when you're in Bali, just avoid drugs. No weed, no sniffing, nothing. Just avoid drugs, because if you get caught or you get mixed up in that commotion, it might end up being a death penalty or other incident, even in small ones. Like, just avoid it, because you're gonna either pay too much for a bail, or basically your life is gonna feel like it's ending. Your whole day will end immediately if you're gonna be trying around drugs and stuff. So my suggestion, do not do it. Run away from people who are doing it. 100%. That's about it. A 10th thing that you need to know about Bali is that there are tons of beach clubs that the beach clubs that you can go and relax and have fun. But most of them, they will say if you want to sit at a certain area, if the place is filled up or there's a lot of people, you're gonna be joining a queue, and the queue is gonna depend on how much you're gonna spend on. Basically, they will want you to spend 1 million rupiah. Some of the places, other ones will not actually want rupiahs because they don't have many people that day, so they can allow you to stay. So even if you're going to some other places like beach clubs, they won't allow you to have a proper DSLR camera. You can take pictures with your phone, but proper camera, the professional cameras to take in, so they'll block you from doing that. And what's the other thing? The prices on one of those beach clubs, they're sometimes a bit higher than normal, like in other places. So be aware to pay a lot, and it is quite fun. And I won't lie to you, go to them, go to Omia, go to Fins, go to all the famous ones to enjoy, and there's tons of them. And especially when it's about for sunset, like time for sunset, go there and enjoy and have a sip of drink in front of a pool, watch the sunset there. It's really beautiful. That I will give it to you and say, enjoy yourself when you're doing that. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, when it comes to accommodation, I know that if you think about Bali, you're gonna think about all of those beautiful villas, beautiful hotels, and so it's gonna depend on your accommodation, what you're gonna choose. But if you're gonna stay in a hotel, you're gonna be paying sometimes even more, sometimes less, depending on how many stars the hotel is. And some villas are actually cheap and beautiful, so you're gonna have to try and do Airbnb there and try to search, because it's not easy to find. Even booking.com also, you just have to find which one's gonna work for you to find the best villa. And the other one was, you just have to book via agent. They're gonna give you a hotel a cheap hotel, and basically you're gonna be at a hotel. Don't expect a villa environment where when you're at a hotel. A hotel is just a hotel. There's tons of people. You're not gonna be alone in the pool. A villa, you can be alone with your 5 friends, 6 friends if you book a villa together. So that's about it when it comes to a villa. So it depends on your prices and your preference. So you can choose where you want to be, no matter which region you are in Bali. Okay, my number 12 thing to know is basically money exchange. Money exchange is a bit weird. There's a lot of scams around it in Bali. Like if you try to exchange after you have arrived, they'll charge you more. Even at the airport, they'll charge you a bit on arrival. So they will charge you a bit extra just to exchange. And you should just be aware that you're going to be charged more on arrival to just get the rupiahs. The currency that they're running is rupiahs. So I would suggest maybe check with your bank before you leave to Bali, like if they support or if they can buy rupiahs for you. Depends on circumstances, but you can still just use your card in Bali. But it's good to actually have cash because you avoid being scammed and your card being used for other weird stuff. At least you have cash, you know that there's one thing to worry about. You just need to worry about how much cash you have and not worry about it. Yeah. Try to avoid being scammed and make sure you count your money correctly. If you're going to be landing in the airport and actually getting the money, just count it before you actually leave that booth or the station that's going to be charging you. Yeah, that's about it for money. Okay, my tip number 13, I think I've talked about it a bit, but not too much. But if you arrive in Bali and you're going to be staying even 1 day or 2 days, make sure you don't drink the water in there, because if you drink the water, that it's going to be your first time, like water from the tap, you're going to be having a food poison basically. So if you are not born in Bali and you want to drink water, please try to make sure you buy that water, or you actually go and refill your container. It's actually easier to do when you refill it with your proper container that you came with, because you're going to be saving a bit of like wastage of plastics and stuff like that. But there is water everywhere. Hotels provide you with water every day so that you won't drink tap water, and you just have to buy your own water. Maybe you can buy like a 5 liter if you want to boil water. I don't know what you're going to do after that, but do not drink from the tap. Just know that, do not drink from the tap. That's about it. Yeah. Okay, my tip number 14. My voice is leaving me now. Okay, my tip number 14 is basically a visa. So all of these visas that other countries need. But if you're going to stay in Bali for 30 days or less, you don't need a visa. You can just arrive and you're going to be perfect with your passport. But if you're going to stay more than 30 days, you're going to have to, I would suggest, when you arrive, there is a desk where you can apply to get some sort of card that's going to allow you to extend your visa. But you're not done there. You have to do other things afterwards. You just have to ask the guy what to do, because I have never been into that situation, because I'm always in Bali maybe 7 days or 2 weeks maybe. Otherwise, you can just ask an agent to do it for you, and no stress. You're going to be stress-free. You're just going to be paying him. That's about it. So I would suggest using an agent, because I don't want to be stressed and stuff when I'm on holiday. So use an agent, try to find the agent and just use it immediately. Then you're going to be fine. You can stay it's 2 months, 3 months there, and you're going to enjoy yourself. You won't have any problems or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, number 15. This is going to be like regions of Bali. So before you even come, you have to think about where I'm going to stay in Bali. Why should I stay there? Why should I stay there? So I'll make it easier for you. If you want to relax in the jungle and look at one of those beautiful pools, swim there, closer to nature, like 100% in nature, Ubud is going to be a place to be. Like Ubud is perfect to like relax. There's not much noise there. It's a bit quiet and it's a bit peaceful. Excuse me. You're going to be doing some yoga stuff if you want to, in yoga, if you're into yoga. Otherwise, you're going to be just relaxing in the pool, swimming. And there's going to be this hot feeling that Bali is actually hot. So you're going to be just relaxing most of the time, just being lazy around and relaxed. your mind is going to be peaceful. If you go to Semenyek, Kuta, Legian, basically that's a party spot. That's where you want to basically party non-stop if you want to get party. Like, there's hotels around, everything's around there, shops that are perfect, There are beach clubs also around those areas, so be aware that you're going to be getting those places, and that's where the crowd is, that's where everyone is, and you're going to be having a lot of fun and a lot of good clubs there you can enjoy. I don't know if the garden's still open, but that was one of the good places to go to, like at night. So Semenyek, Kuta, Legian, those areas are more like party scene and stuff. And Chengu is, I would say, it's like a safe sort of area where surfers chill and relax, and it has good places like good food, good restaurants, so you can go there just to surf and relax also. It's not same as Semenyek, but they have a couple of places where you can have a bit of parties and stuff, but it's not the same. And also Uluwat is mostly beautiful oceans, beautiful bluish oceans that you can see there, and there's less people sometimes in Uluwatu because nobody knows about it. Yeah, so you're gonna enjoy yourself there, and there's gonna be less people, and you're gonna be swimming in the ocean instead of a pool because the ocean is so blue that it's like inviting you to come in. Yeah. So another one is the Gili Islands. So the Gili Islands, basically, I think there are 3 Gili Islands, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 2. Yeah, forgetting about it. But Gili Islands is where the nightlife, the beach life, like the party beach life, it's there. If you go there, enjoy yourself. Gili Islands, there are no cars. I think you're gonna have to use a bicycle or something. I can't remember, but they're beautiful. Gili Islands has a couple of areas where you can snorkel and enjoy yourself. Like, they have statues underwater. You're gonna be snorkeling, checking them out. And there's swings also for that Instagram look, and it's like beautiful ocean. So go there and enjoy yourself. Yeah, I sort of jumped from Bali to Gili Islands. And if you want to check out great views, great places to see like scenery and stuff and pictures, Nusa Penida is also a good area where you can go there. But nobody stays there quite long. You can do it like a day trip from any other area around Bali if you want to go to Nusa Penida. It's so cool. And most of the time, if you want resorts or hotels that are actually closer to the ocean and they do like relaxed vibes, there's more like umbrellas on the beach and stuff. And Nusa Dua. Yeah, Nusa Dua is basically that place where everyone's relaxed. They can swim in the ocean. The ocean is not for surfing there. Nusa Dua is more like the swimming ocean areas. Not the same as Chengu. Sometimes Uluwatu has some areas where you can swim. I think Uluwatu has some places because it's already blue. The ocean is perfect. But Nusa Dua is like for relaxing. Everyone goes there, so you're going to be staying with the crowd and swimming in the crowd and stuff like that. I think I went too much on which area to stay in. Okay, let's move on. Okay, my last and only suggestion, there's like the weather. So before you go to Bali, you have to know the weather. So basically there's 2 seasons. There's a monsoon season and a dry season. So from May to September, it's a dry season. Then from October to April, it's a monsoon season. Monsoon means it's going to be wet and it's going to be rainy, but it's still going to be hot. Like, literally, it's a tropical island. You're going to be feeling the heat non-stop. So you should be aware that you're going to have your sunscreen. Since I've been started the video, your sunscreen is like one of the things that you're going to do. I think I'm going to do another video where I have to do what things to pack before you go to Bali, because right now I think it's just too much already. We've gone through all of them. We've gone through 16 things to know now. The last thing was just the weather. That's about it. So if you're still watching, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're passing through, leave me that subscribe and leave me a comment if I said something wrong or I missed something, or if you have more suggestions so that I will actually learn and be better at doing this. And yeah, anyway, thank you for watching me, and peace out.
Could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.